Welcome! We're doing Math Quest 2012, Math B, Chapter 8, AD, Question 18, which is the last question of the chapter. So I assume it will be a bit challenging than the others, so we'll see. Okay, question 18. A section of a river can be modeled by the equation y equal to 40 sine pi x over 120, where 0 is less or equal to x, which is less or equal to 120, and x is in meters. Good, so we got meters here. Meters, so this unit is in meter. On the same model, a proposed section of row obeys the rule y equal to x over 5. The area bounded by the road and the river is to have one tree planted per 12 square meters. Per 12 square meters. How many trees will be planted? Alright, so we're looking for how many trees to be planted. And we know each tree plants is to have one tree planted per 12 square meters. So we have to find out how many square meters is all the area bounded by the road and the river. Alright, so when you get this sort of question in an exam, first thing is plot it out, draw it on the graph. So I'm going to go decimals and draw it, okay? Alright, so here's my graph. So we're looking for the area bounded by the road and the river. So we're looking for this area. Right? But we're also looking for this area as well. Alright, because 120 is over here. So 120 is where the black line is. So we're looking for all the area bounded by the river and the road between that domain. Yeah? So we got two sections here. Section 1 and section 2. Alright. And we got all the thing we need, I suppose. Let's start. So let's go for section 1 first. So we're integrating from 0 to 100. Right? From 0 to 100. And just top minus bottom, as always. And then it's equal to 0 and 100. Top, which is function on the top, so it looks like the sine functions on the top here. So which will be the 40 sine pi x over 120 minus whatever the other function was. I think it was x over 5. So not pi, and x over 5. Yeah? And then integrate with respect to x. Alright, let's tidy things up. Expand the bracket. 40 sine pi x over 120 minus x over 5. Oh, why am I keep writing pi? X over 5. I love pi that much. So nothing we can do, simplifying. Nope, so let's go. So let's integrate. It's 40 sine becomes, when you integrate sine, you become negative cos. So we put a negative at the front first, cos. Whatever inside the bracket doesn't change, right? And then we divide it by the derivative of the brackets. The derivative inside the brackets, which is pi 120 minus. Alright, now this is just 1 over 5. Let's take the 1/5 out, multiply by whatever, multiply by the integral of x, which is just x squared over 2. And then from 0 to 100. Alright, let's tidy things up. So this whole lot becomes, so remember, dividing by pi over 120 is same as multiplying by 120 over pi. So let's do that. So 120 times 40, that means 120 times 40 will give me 4,800. So it would be negative 4,800 cos pi x over 120 all over pi. Minus, now that is, this one is easy, it's x squared over 10 from 0 to 100. Yeah? Alright, let's have the values in. So it's negative 4,800 cos pi over 120 multiplied by 100 over pi minus 100 square over 10 minus negative 4,800 cos pi over 120 multiplied by 0 all over pi minus 0 square over 10. Right? Now when the 0 square over 10 is 0, that's easy. I can get one part done. Alright, so negative 4,800 multiplied by cos that. Now 100 over 120 is, I believe, 5 over 6. Yeah, so 5 pi over 6 is, give me a second, 150 degree. So just cos, oh sorry, let me work it out right now. All right. So make sure your graphic calculator, make sure your calculator is in radian mode if you want to go cos 5 pi over 6, or if you want to go use the angle 150 instead of 5 pi over 6, you make sure your your calculator is in degree mode. All right, I'm going to go radian mode. All right, because radian got an R in it. I like that R. All right, so we go cos 5 pi on 6. So that is negative 0.866 and multiplied by 4,800. Negative 4,800, sorry. And that's some number, 4,156.92 something. And then all divided by pi again. That gives us, oh, I did the whole thing here now. That gives us 123.189 around there. Minus 100 square is 10,000. Divided by 10 is 1,000. All right, minus. Now, cos pi over 120 times 0 is just 0. So cos 0 is 1. Right? Like that. So that minus 1,000 is just 323.189, right? Minus negative gives plus 4,800 on pi. So that gives us, let me calculate, plus 4,800 on pi. That is 1,851.0. I'll just treat it as that. Let's round it off as that. All right, approximately 1,851 meter square. All right, but that is only the first section, section 1. I haven't got section 2 yet. All right, let's go section 2. So section 2, same thing. Integrate from 100 to 120, right? And this is top minus bottom. Integrate with respect to x. Now this time is change. The top function, I think, would be the x over 5 minus whatever the sine function is, which is 40 sine pi x over 120. Integrate with respect to x. All right, let's expand the bracket. Minus 40 sine pi x over 120. All right, anything we can simplify? Nope. All right, let's do it. So that becomes x squared over 10, yeah, minus 4,800 I'm just copying down whatever I got before, okay? Because I already did it. Cos pi x 520 on pi from 100 to 120. So that gives us x squared over 10 plus 4,800 cos pi x over 120 over pi 100 and 120. All right, and let me rub off the bit from before. I don't think you guys need it. Let's rub off this bit so we can continue down there. We already got the answer for that one, so I mean, don't rub it off in your test. I mean, this is your working out. Just choose somewhere else to keep on working. Don't rub it off. This is a video. This is not a test. In the test, you don't rub your working out off, okay? It looks weird. All right, is equal to 120 square over 10 plus 4,800 cos pi over 120 times 120 over pi, and then minus 100 over 100 square over 10, right, plus 4,800 cos pi over 120 multiplied by 100 all over pi. All right, so 120 square is divided by 10 is 1,440 plus, now the cos, the thing inside the cos in the bracket inside the cos is 120 cancels out. This is cos pi, and cos pi is -1. All right, so it's 4,800 multiplied by -1, which is just negative 4,800 on pi, and then minus, now 100 square divided by 10, we did it before, which is 1,000, plus I think we did this before as well, right? Cos pi over 120 times 100, so that's cos 5 pi over 6, and we did that before. We did that over here, right? So this is 1,323.189. Yeah, but but instead of positive, this time would be negative, because I know this give me a negative value. So it's negative 1,300 something. What's it? 23.189. 1323.189. 1323.189. Right. And that's equal to, so let's calculate that first. So 1,440 plus, minus 4,800 divided by pi. That get me negative 87.887 something, keep going, minus 1,000 plus that would be, plus negative would be negative 323.189. yeah, so negative is positive, so I'll just got a plus, so negative 87.887 plus 323.189 give me approximately 235, yeah, 235 approximately meter square, and this is a section 2. So the total area is equal to 1851 plus 235 is given to 2086. All right, meters square. All right. So the question said before, each tree was what's the question? One tree is planted per 12 square meters. So how many trees? So we got that amount of total area. So 2086 divided by 12. 173 point something. Well, let's round it up. Oh no, we can't round up. No. We can't have. If it's not enough, then it's not enough. You can't round it up. So it's 173 trees we got. All right. So that's the final answer. All right. Now, some of you might flip to the back of the book and say, this is the wrong answer. This is not right. And I realize that too. But look, the question itself is very vague, and it took me a while to actually understand what they actually mean by the question. But look, if you get down to here, if you get down to what I got down to, you're almost right, almost all right. But if they really have this exam in a test, and I will tell you what they mean or what they meant. Okay, so we did look for the area bounded by the road and the river, right? Which is the section 1, which is the section 1 here and the section 2 here. But I think what they really means is this. All right, this is my understanding of the question when I read it the second time. All right, it takes a while for me to work it out. All right. Okay. So what I think they actually means is, look, remember the sine function is to model a river, a section of the river. So I think what they actually means is these are the water. These are the waters, right? And the road is, I'll use a different color. The road is here. So this is the road. That's the road. That's the road, and the car drives on and stuff. So we can't include this area because it's part of the road. It is part of the road. So that's why we can't include that, and we can only plan things here because this is the actual empty land between the river and the road. You see, this is the empty land that we can plant trees here. So that's why the question, the answer that you found in the back of the book is the area of this area here divided by 12. Which will give you 100. So the area we also got the area there, which is the section 1 area, which is 181,851 divided by 12. We get 154. Well, it's actually 154 1/4, but you can't plant a quarter of a tree, so you know, when things like this, you always round down. All right, if it's not enough, then it's not enough. Not enough area to plant a tree, then you can't plant a tree there. So you can't plant a quarter of a tree. So it's 154 trees. So that's the answer on the back of the book. All right, so that's what they actually meant. So you really have to be able to understand what the question actually means. Look, I don't blame you not be able to see this in the exam. Not many people actually be able to do it. You know, you have to actually visualize, understand what the question is about. But if you can get down to 173, which is gonna get down to find the total area and divide it by 12, you'll get most of the mark. Most of the mark. Well, no, you didn't get the right answer. You probably wouldn't get more. Yeah, let's say you get half. All right, let's say you get half. But right now, once I explain it to you, you know what they're talking about, right? So now you can get full marks. Or if the question ever comes out in the exam. So look, I don't think they will give you something like this because it's very vague. It says the area bounded by the road and the river is to have one tree planted. And unless drawing it out, you have to understand a section of the river, meaning the actual water is actually on on the outside of the sine curve. It takes a while to sink in, all right? But that's it. That's question 18. Look, it is difficult. Conceptually, it is difficult. You know, it gets you. You must be able to see the picture before you know which part of which area between the graph, between the two lines that they're looking for. So I would say it is definitely more challenging conceptually, but the basic is the same. The mechanics is the same. We find the x interval, and then we integrate accordingly, and divide by 12 at the end to find out how many trees we can plant on there. So, let me just circle this with a red pen. So this is the right answer. Right answer. Right? So yeah, it's definitely more challenging conceptually. All right, but the mechanic is the same. So have we answered the question yet? No, we haven't. Let's answer the question. How many trees will be planted? Well, therefore, approximately, well, not approximately, you can't say approximately, it's just 154 trees will be planted. And that's it. That's question 18. All right. Hopefully this helps you. What I said helps you understand the question a little bit and help you see the picture of the actual scenario. Yeah. All right. So that's done. Question 8D all gone. All right. Then we'll probably move on to question 8E next time. All right. Let's get into commercial break, and we'll see you next time.